Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Joe PT, and for today what we have in here it is the Nascar Heat 3, which is a racing game. Well, no shit, Sherlock, it's NASCAR. Okay, so this game is developed by the Monster Games and it is using Unity 5. Interesting, I was never expect to see a Unity 5 engine, a NASCAR game using Unity 5 engine, but let's just forget about that. So we are going to try to run this on our laptop with a GT 740M, which is equivalent to a GT 920M or a GT 825M. So for these settings I will be using 720p low settings. As you can see, if I can customize, this is pretty much equal to the low settings or the minimum. This is pretty much the minimum you can go for with 720p. You can still drop down the resolution to something lower, but I don't think it's necessary for this game. Okay, so 720p, lowest settings possible, and here we go. So for this video I will be playing with two different tracks. The typical oval NASCAR track, which I'm going to choose, which is Charlotte. It's the first track that I will be using because it's one of the most demanding in here. But before proceeding to the race itself, let me just show you the results, okay? So since I only tested with the minimum setting 720p, and in Charlotte what I got was an average of 29, a maximum frame rate of 36, and the 1% of 23. So the experience that you get on Charlotte track, it is pretty much between 25 frames per second to 35. I don't think it's unplayable, but it could be a good thing to have locked 30, but that don't happen. As soon as you jumped on to the Jefferson, which is a different type of track, the performance is more or less the same, but it jumps from 25 to 40, so the performance that you can expect in this game, it's pretty much, 30 to 40 with drops to 25. If you are behind the pack of cars, you can expect to have 25 frames per second, 26. If you are pretty much on the median pack, in the middle of them, probably you are going to get 30 frames per second, and if you are in front of them, you are going to get way above 30s, like 35 or 40. So, like I was telling you, the first track, it is the Charlotte, but I did talk about the Jefferson track. That Jefferson track, it is a little bit different. I wasn't expecting to see that in the NASCAR game. In fact, I didn't know that NASCAR games had kind of gravel tracks. That gravel track, it is very different. It's not an oval track, it's a normal racing track, where you race with weird cars that looks like this one, NASCAR cars, but in the middle of a track where you kind of sometimes need to drift in order to make the turns, so that's a big surprise. I didn't know its existence. I'm not from USA or anything like it, but even being an European, I feel ashamed to not know that NASCAR had that type of racing tracks. I was always expecting that NASCAR was always this type of tracks, always this type of oval tracks. So yeah, but let's just forget about that. But what about the game? It is any good? Well, in my own opinion, unless you are a really big fan of NASCAR, I don't think this game is worth it, especially because the NASCAR Heat 1 and Heat 2 are pretty much the same as this one. NASCAR Heat 3 better improved. People complain about the career mode being kind of a pile of turds, okay, because they say that it's not really exciting. So only probably big fans from NASCAR are going to enjoy this game. All the rest of the people probably are not going to like that much. And in fact the price is not really good. The game is costing 42. I don't understand how the hell this game costs so much money, but probably the license around NASCAR and the cars are making the price of the game. Also, there is a lot of licensed music on this game that probably it's stepping up a little bit the price. I think for these type of games that aren't too much successful, I think that developers should try to not use licensed music. They could try to get one or two generic musics for their games, and try to save a little bit more money so they can ask less money to to their clients, to their gamers, because I think that for this type of game, I think it's really expensive. 40 bucks for this, it's a little bit weird. Take that, man. Okay guys, so I think that's all that I want to talk about NASCAR Heat 3. Hope you did enjoy the video and, well, the game. I'm not really sure if you did enjoy it, probably not. But that's it. So guys, thank you a lot for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.